Hey, what's up guys, this is Brad with Spike Fitness, and I got a question from a viewer. That was a really great question. I felt like I had the opportunity to be able to help lots of people. And the question was about being able to, get a big belly air and kind of brace abdominally. And so the question further went on to kind of ask, do I need to swallow air? And so I want to try to get to the bottom of that real fast. So no, you don't need to swallow air in order to be able to brace abdominally or get a big belly air. Big belly air is usually just kind of a cue or something people say to kind of convey the idea of drawing and pushing out with the abdomen circumferentially. So kind of understand how this works a little bit more. We also need to know kind of how the diaphragm works. And the diaphragm is a thin kind of sheet of muscle that sits up under the ribs and kind of attaches to the spine. And when the diaphragm flexes, it draws the rib cage down and forces it out and kind of creates that negative air pressure to be able to allow you to breathe. But also when that happens, the diaphragm pushes down and helps compress the abdomen a little bit more, and so it creates kind of a pressurizing situation, right? Additionally, you have the benefit of having lungs full of air, which also kind of takes up space. So one way to think about it is if you take a big breath, right, and fill your lungs full of air and try to lean over, you almost can't. Not the same way you can collapse and fall over when you don't have lungs full of air. So that's one of the things that really helps kind of create that situation of intra-abdominal pressure. So essentially that's what all that is just intra-abdominal pressure. It helps pressurize your whole chest cavity to create a nice tight rigid position and one that's not going to collapse. And so obviously when you have collapsing in any kind of movement, especially when you're looking for power, that's going to be problematic. You can improve the situation by using a belt, right? So this is the Inzer Forever belt. It's my go-to belt, my preference for wearing any kind of a belt. Because it's thick, it's durable, and it lasts forever. When you have a belt on, a belt is a kinesthetic cue, something actually touching you to give you that feel of being able to push against the belt. Now you can kind of play with this on your own. Push all the air out of your lungs. Big breath out. You can still push. You can still kind of create that pressure. The problem is you're going to lose all the pressure in your upper thoracic and in your chest because you're going to be more apt to cave over than you would be if you had lungs full of air. So contrastingly, big breath, and you're not collapsing here in the chest as well. So that's exactly what you need to be looking for. And so really what you need to do is just kind of practice with having a belt on and just work on pushing. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but being able to push out with your abdomen and push against that belt. And it helps big lungs full of air, diaphragm pushing down as well. And that's it. So you're not actually breathing or you're not actually swallowing the air or anything like that. If you do that, it'll probably make you sick and make you throw up. Not what you're looking for. So hopefully, John, that helps answer your question, and I do appreciate the opportunity to kind of weigh in on that. Hopefully, this kind of talk through and the explanation of the diaphragm and how it works kind of gives you some better ideas about how to kind of tune in and get yourself cued on for that intra-abdominal pressure. So it's a lot like when you're fully pressurized, it's a lot like having a soda can or a pop can that's full and you haven't popped it yet, right? If you try to crush that down, you can't because it's pressurized. But the moment you pop it and say you empty the can, then you can crush the can pretty easily, right? Your chest cavity is kind of the same thing. So when you have lungs full of air and you're able to pressurize correctly and push against that belt, it's like that pressurized pop can. But once you start breathing out or you give up that pressure, it's like that empty pop can or that opened pop can. You can crush it pretty easily, and that leads to probably not successful or not the most successful lifts. Anyway, guys, that's the real quick video. Hopefully, this description, this explanation kind of helps you guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the chat box below. I'll be sure to respond. I appreciate you guys checking out the videos. You can definitely help me out with likes, shares, and subscribes. And if this is like your second or third video that you've checked out, it's probably time to sub up and join the team. Yeah, remember, guys, no matter what it is you think you can't do, master intra-abdominal pressure. Got to get in the gym, train to split. You're either going to find an excuse or you're going to find a way. And I hope that you guys continue to find the way. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Oh,